How did you get? I want to know. Like, I want you to break it down for me, Barney style. How you got a $350,000 house for $200K? Like, give me every. And I'm not even asking this for the listeners at this point. I'm asking this for me. I want you to give me your tricks, give me your tips. What did you do? What did you say? I'm just going to be like scripting all this out, Roberto.
So in Puerto Rico, things work a little different, right? So everybody can ask what they want, but at the end of the day, it's the numbers that don't lie. So literally what happened was when I went to the bank to get the appraisal, since Puerto Rico doesn't really have like MLS, like as standard and proper as we have it in the US, we don't have these comparables that you can run like a prop stream or like a CMA report as fancy as we do it here in the US, right? So literally they have their own appraisers. The bank have their own appraisers that go and basically get appraisals based off what has sold in the past couple months, couple years, whatever data that they can find. So the data that they were able to pull was a CMA of $180,000 for that house. Mind you, it's a 2-unit, 7-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 2,000 square foot property with a pool, and it sits on almost 2 acres of land.
And you can see the ocean?
And you can see the ocean. It's that high up in altitude. You can see the mountains. You can see the city. You can see Diego's condo. And you can see the ocean. It's insane. You can see 5 different cities.
So I hope what listeners are taking away from this is that there's real estate in other places that is for a lot cheaper than we have real estate here. Okay, continue. Yeah. This is good. I'm listening.
You can find a studio here in Boston for 200 something.
Oh my God, I know.
So literally, what I had to do was basically negotiate the guy down. You know, I first listened to his motive. You know, why was he selling? He's an older guy. He already, lived his life. He's in the position where he wants to basically liquidate his assets and just finish, living his life as happily as he can, right? He lives in Orlando and he has a couple kids, but he doesn't really want to, they're not interested in the properties. So to him, handing it down or passing it down to them, it was not necessary. So basically, I got that out of him, got all the information out of him, understood what his motives were. He wanted to sell to basically buy a horse in Colombia. Super random.
Same price, probably.
Yes. Perfect. That's great. Let's get you a horse. I can close. I can close in a couple months. Just give me some time, But I told him, if you want it quickly, I can get you $200,000 now. So I played that card, as far as trying to expedite the process and telling him, if you want cash, I can get $200,000 and sell it to you and buy it to you right now. So it did take him some time.
And I just want to stop for a second. I mean, probably part of the reason you did that, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is because you felt like speed was important to him more than him just being like, I could sit on this thing for 10 years as long as I get $400,000 for it. You were like, no, you knew there was another motive there. You must have uncovered that in your conversation. So you were trying to give him what he really wanted. Is that
correct? That's exactly it. Plus, he was just in a position where he just wanted to get rid of it, but he also saw me and my persistence. I've been with him for a year. Like he even invited me to his house. I met his wife. He showed me his cars. Like he felt comfortable around me, and that was a relationship that I wanted to build. And I told him, like, look, I'm serious. I really want this home. Like this is a property that I see and that I want. And he saw that. So it wasn't just like, well, I'm gonna sell it to you because you're paying me cash. It was also because like I had built and established a relationship with him, to the point where he's like, he's like, I trust you. I know you're gonna do a great job with this property, and you're gonna appreciate it more than anybody else who would come in and just buy it, right?
That's cool.
So that was the relationship aspect that I had built on it as well. So then, long story short, I ended up raising the capital, just over $250,000, because it needed about $85,000 in repairs, which was also a negotiation point. I told them the electrical needed work, plumbing needed work, It needed new tiles, new lighting, basically a nice little renovation, right? And I told him that renovation costs have gone up, and he knows these prices. So I told him it's going to cost me anywhere between 80 to 100,000 just to renovate it and get it ready for me. And he saw that with the bank, because even the banks, they gave a list of everything that that house needed before they would even approve it for me to get a second home loan. So he understood. So those were like the different factors and variables that played into the negotiation strategy of bringing it down from 350 all the way down to 200,000. And that was literally 1 year of negotiation and relationship building, and just finding different ways to really, really get it as low as possible.
So patience is key here too. So you've been going back and forth with this guy for a year.
Yeah, I've flown out there so many. I mean, I'm not complaining because I don't mind flying to Puerto Rico.
Right.
But I did fly out there a lot, just to review the property, get data, build the relationships with the contractors, really understanding what needed to be done in the house to get renovated to be ready for at least a cash out refinance, which is the new strategy that I'm going to be using now.
So you built what I'm hearing is you built a relationship. You deployed a tremendous amount of patience. You weren't afraid to ask as well. You were persistent. You kept going back after it. And at the same time, you knew your numbers. You knew what it would appraise for. You really went down and did that. And then I like what you said at the beginning, man. You find and listen to their motive. Like, what are they actually really after in this situation, in this deal? I love that.